Hello everyone, welcome back to the Winning Edge Talks podcast. This is Vishwanath, your host. I'm a sports psychology coach and the author of the book Success Mantra in Sports. The topic of this episode is So What? What If? Bringing life to the age-old debate on whether champions are born or made, I would say that a combination of both is needed to become a champion. To be good at something, you need to have the inborn capacity. This is what we call as natural talent. But many naturally talented youngsters have failed to make it to the top. Maybe because they relied too much on their talent and didn't work hard enough. So, to make it big, you need to nurture your talent with a relentless effort, dedication, determination, and perseverance. You also need the right kind of support system that nurtures you along the way. This you can't control, but when you are destined to make it big, everything falls into place. So, the argument that a champion is supported both by nature and nurture holds good. The reason why I brought this up is to say that talented and successful athletes were lucky enough to get holistic support that stood by them. Many athletes at a very young age are lucky to get this kind of grooming coming from both parents and coaches. These are positive parents who think of the holistic development of the child. It is important that after an athlete chooses a sport and desires to compete, he or she has to be told about the ideal mindset and how to mentally approach a competition. Here, the emphasis will be laid on the process, the improvement, and the excellence, and not on the outcome alone. In contrast, many young boys and girls look at sport as a mere physical activity with very little awareness about the contribution of the mind, diet, and physical conditioning. They take to competition with a mindset winning alone is important and losing is bad. Some succeed, some don't. Those who don't succeed, after a few years, become desperate to prove to themselves and their parents. Winning and only winning is uppermost in their minds. I'm not saying you should not win. Everybody plays to win, but the focus should be on performance and execution only. As the saying goes, you should take care of the performance and the result will take care of itself. The harder these athletes try, the more they get tensed up due to the stress response and the performance goes down. It is in this category of athletes that I, as a sports psychology coach, see often. These athletes are brought to me by the parents with a belief that sports psychologists are their last hope. The parents assume that sports psychologists are some kind of magicians who can make the things happen for the kids instantly. This, I'm afraid, doesn't work because they have spent enough time trying and failing that they are unwilling to wait for the results to come. At this stage, the mind of this athlete is desperately focused on winning alone, and our efforts to change their fixed mindset to a champion mindset goes in vain. A mindset that has formed over a time needs time to yield results. More often, they end up saying, mind skill training doesn't work. It's a phony science. It is like the fox and the sour grapes story, isn't it? The fact that many of these athletes have taken sport as a profession with big hopes in mind add to their anxiety and insecurity. I empathize with them. In contrast, we are also fortunate enough to assist the athletes who have realized from their early days on the importance of mind in sports. These are the ones who are aware of what goes inside their head and what is stopping them from reaching their goals and what needs to be done to fix it. We normally see improvement and progress in these athletes. Athletes who get mind training from their early days know all about the positive mental attitude and how to handle pressure. This they do by treating every competition as the same, focusing on the process and being in the present, not to overthink, and allowing things to happen rather than controlling them consciously. They treat the event as a privilege, challenge, and as an opportunity to get the best out of themselves. They want to win, but they are willing to accept defeat. They give their best and are not desperate for results. They know desperation can bring down their performance. All of us are aware on how India, during the recently concluded Tokyo Summer Olympics 2021, lost at least 5 medals, unable to handle the pressure of the marquee event called the Olympics. Many Indian athletes who took part in these Olympic Games expressed the need for a sports psychologist. As a sports psychology coach, I would say that athletes need mind training from a very young age. They must know how to use their mind to maximize their performance and how to develop a mindset that would become habitual thinking for them. I would like all these desperate athletes to say before a major event, "So what if it is a big event? I just have to go there and perform and give my best. That is all. I will do well when I perform well. What is the use of worrying about it now? It's an honor and a privilege to be representing my team. I relish and accept the challenge." Athletes are frequently bothered by, "What if I lose? What if I don't succeed as an athlete?" kind of thinking. What if this happens? What if that doesn't happen? So on and so forth. They have to change the what if statement to, "I will give my 100%. It's okay to lose. This is only sport. I will get my chance in the future. I will come back stronger. It's not the end of the world if I don't succeed in sports," etc., etc. Dear athletes, when you look at competition with this positive mindset, you will be less under pressure and anxiety. Learn to say, "So what? What if?" This is Vishwanath signing off for Winning Its Talks podcast.